So I've done all those kits that I had that were the little characters and the stuffed animals and the bears and all that stuff. So I'm moving on to something different. So this is, I saw this online on YouTube, somebody making these and using these. And sometimes they can be a challenge. Sometimes once you get the hang of it, they're pretty good. But what it is it's the Red Heart all-in-one square. It's granny, all-in-one granny squares, I think how you say it. So you don't switch colors. So this is what this one's going to look like. I don't know if you can see that, but this one's going to be, it's like a green, a yellow, a green, a lighter green, and then black around the outside. So that's what the colors are going to be. Well, you can see the colors right here on the side. So you make it basically all in one. You don't have to change colors or do anything like that. You just keep on stitching. You just have to make sure that the end of your square, your row, ends on the appropriate spot in the color. So that's going to be the challenge. So I've never done a granny square before in my life. So I had some spare yarn, just some scrap yarn. And so I made my first ever granny square. I think it turned out pretty good. I noticed I had like 4 stitches in one of these instead of 3. I think it's that one. All the rest of them I did right, but that one I did an extra one for whatever reason. I may have done that in a few other places too. Who knows? No, I don't think so. No, I think all the rest of them look good, but that one I did put 4 instead of 3. But anyway, yeah, it's not hard to do. It's just you have to just be careful of what you're doing. And the ones that this makes is 1 row longer or bigger than this. So this is I think 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is 4, and this is I think 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5. So it's gonna be one bigger than these. This makes, it says it makes 14. One ball makes 14, but I don't know. We'll have to see if that works out or not. It's also saying don't pull the yarn from that side, pull it from this side. But there's the thing. Why would I pull from there? Well, it says don't pull from there. So, but that's on the top. So I don't know. I think they're wrong. I don't know. I think it's this one, even though, and I'm pretty sure, even though it says pull from this side, I don't think it is. I think it's right here. I think and that's your first color too, is this green color. So anyway, I'm going to do at least one without taping anything, and I'll come back and tell you my experiences with it. And then I may film a few more, but anyway, this is what I'm going to be doing for a while. It says to use a 5.5 needle, a hook, which I have. And so I'm going to try the 5.5, and if it doesn't quite work out, I may have to go up or down in size to get the right size to where they match up colors. But anyway, that's what I'm going to start working on. Okay, I went ahead and did them all. I got finished with all the squares. I ended up getting 15. The package says 14, like you're guaranteed 14, but then they actually give you 15. So remember, that's what they were supposed to look like. This one, by the way, the color was, I forgot to say, black cyberleaf. That's the color of this particular yarn. Is black and cyberleaf. Black is the outside, I guess, and the cyberleaf is the colors in between. Didn't have a ton of yarn left over. That's it. I might save it. I might roll it into a ball and just save it as a, you might want to mix it in and make something else with random, just a bunch of different colors, or who knows. I don't know. I'll save it. I hate to throw away scraps of yarn when they're good, so I'll save them, especially when you get decent yarn. And then this is what they look like. They came out pretty good. There's a couple places where, it's some of the other colors like bleed into the other one. I did notice, like, is this a good example? Yeah, kind of. Okay, here's a good example. See how the green has some black on it too, like splotches of black on the yarn itself? That was pretty common. I mean, it's not all through here, but if you really picky about it, you could probably find some spots in some of these that have black on them, but I don't care. They look really nice. I think they came out really, really good. As you do it, see, like this one, I ran out, and it's like, I'm not pulling that all back apart for that one little strand. So I used up a little bit of the lighter green into the darker green. Who cares? Once you put it in a blanket, you're never going to notice that anyway. So overall, they all pretty much came out really nice. This one was really bad, but I think I'd done it like 4 times, pulled it out and put it back, and it's like, I'm not doing it again. So I just left it. But all the rest of them, I think that's the worst one. All the rest of them came out pretty good. Yeah, you can see a little green in that one. That's fine. Yeah, so overall, they turned out pretty cool. the more you do, the more comfortable you are with your timings and stuff, your tensions, and the more comfortable you are with tension, the better off it's going to be. And also, I got used to doing, like, if I would have extra in this, I would crochet over, I would slip stitch over to where it had another block where I was basically able to change colors in further on, and it worked out fine. So the next color I'm going to do is this one. It is called Black Dove. So it's black with the dove color on the outside, and they look like this. So that's the next ones I'm going to be working on. It says it's over there. It says in the picture, like, it's supposed to be, oh no, this one's correct. The other one didn't, it was on the other end, but this one is pulled out at the end right here. It had the little thing sticking out. So yeah, so then my first color is white. Then I go with this like a darker gray, and then black, and then a cream color, and then really black. So it's like a kind of a dark gray, and then you get the black. So yeah, this is the next one I'm gonna do. Okay, I finished this off, and they look really cool. They all came out really nicely. I can't say that I've got my timing down and my tension and stuff like that down right, because I'm still struggling occasionally with trying to get the ends to meet up, but it works out pretty good. For the most part, it hits in the right spot, and I don't have to fight with it too much. I still have a lot of ends to weave in and tie off, but I'm just leaving that to the very, very end. I did have just a little bit left over. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wind them all up into one ball, and when I get done, and tie them together, and then just, I don't know, use it as just yarn. So the next color I'm going to use is this red. It's a, what's it called? Black is, it's always called black something. This was black ruby red. It's the black is just the border color, and then ruby red is the actual inside part. It's all reds. Really cool colors. I like it. Tammy picked this one out. She said she wanted me to do that one next. So here's the end. Start pulling it out, start working on it, and yeah, be fun. Okay, just finished up the ruby red. I started it Friday, and it's now Monday, so I don't think that's too bad. So I got 15 out of it, and what's a shame is I almost got a 16th out of it, but you can see it, the black didn't go all the way around. I do have some black up in my yarn collection, but I don't know if it's the same color black, if it's even the same yarn. So I may not be able to use it, but this was I hate to say it, this was the worst color I've worked with so far. I'm just going to show you why. I ran out of black a lot. Like, look, I had to make a whole 2 double stitches out of that in red, because I just ran out of black. And it's not because I was short. I actually hit perfect almost with the previous color into the black. So I didn't use up a lot of black. Look again, I ran out of black. This one ran out of black. This one was had extra. Like, I had tons of extra black on this one. I don't know why, but just that one, tons of extra. Ran out of black on that one, ran out of black. You can see a theme here. Had plenty of black on that one. Right at the black right there, ran out of black right there, ran out of black. Had a little bit of extra, not a lot, but a little bit. Ran out of black. So yeah, ran out of black, and was fine on black. So, and it's weird because it was like I was hitting the previous color like fine, and then and it's like it would just, sometimes I didn't get enough black, sometimes I did. It's like they dyed it weird. I don't know, but I like the color. It's kind of that I like the darker reds and stuff like that. It's really pretty. So anyway, that is that one. So the next one I'm going to do is this blue. This is very pretty, and it is called Blue Beacon. So that's my next one. It's going to make these blue squares like the red, but it's just going to be in the blue theme. And yeah, I'm going to write the date on there and time, and the date on there and the day, and see how long it takes me to do these. Okay, I finished up the Blue Beacon. There they are, all 15 of them. I got 15 of them again. This one. This suffered from the same one as the last one. I ran out of black quite often, and like almost every one of them ran out of black. There was a few that I was right on the spot, like this one. This one ran out perfect, but yeah, but the 90, like all of them, maybe 2. I ran out of black. So, and here's the extra yarn. So I did have a little ball of extra at the end, not enough to make another one. So I'm going to just live with it and go on. So the next color I'm going to do is this. It is the Grape Granny. Grape Granny, it sounds pretty fun. It's just purples is really what it is. And I also switched over when I was doing these to try to make them match better. I went by the actual pattern, the Red Hot Heart Granny Square pattern. And I will probably do that from now on because, I don't know, it's not easier. It's just, it tended to work out a little bit better with following their pattern. So I'm going to use their pattern and not do the modified pattern that I was doing. It didn't make a difference, honestly. This was with their pattern as well, and I still ran out of black. So I mean, it still doesn't work out perfect. But anyway, it's good enough. I still like them. Once you put them in a blanket, who's going to care anyway? The only way to get around this is if you were to do squares of your own individual color. So I would have had to have bought like tons of different colors and had to have sewn or done a color change to each one of these and weaved in tons of ends. And I still haven't weaved these ends in yet either. So I've got a lot of end weaving to do once I get done. But anyway, I'm going to start on the purple granny and I'll show you what they look like when I get done. Okay, I finished up the, what was this one called? Grape Granny, that's right, I thought it was hilarious. I did get 15 squares out of it. I've changed my pattern up a little bit and it seems to work a lot better. I'm doing magic ring. I'm doing a magic ring, 3 stitches, 3 single crochets right out of the ring, 2 double crochets, two single crochets to make your chain at the top, and then 3 double crochets, then 2 single crochets. That's how I'm doing it, and it seems to work pretty good. You do have to do the black ring a little tighter than everything else for it to work out, but you see I've got quite a few black strings hanging out. I've got some that didn't, and these are the centers. I really like doing the magic ring better than the crochet 4 and making a loop. I just like the magic ring better. It just feels better, and you can really tighten up that center hole. I think I did a few of these in just the regular ring. Yeah, like this one, and you can see there's still a big hole there. I'll have to go through with a piece of yarn in there and pull that together, and just so there won't be a big hole there. So I only had that much left over. So again, I'm putting these all to the side. I'm just going to make a little ball out of them. So my next one, I decided to do this really colorful one. You know the colors on that. It's really cool. It's got green, purple, yellow. Looks like red. Well, it's this pink, hot pink color, and then black around the outside. So that's really, really cool looking. It is called the Rad Party. Rad Party. So I like that. I really like the colors in there too. There's what they look like. So I'm going to get started on these and following the same pattern I've been doing. All of them have had a really nice yarn tail to start with, so that's cool. And yeah, let you know how these look. Okay, I just finished the 15 Rad Party squares. This is the, yeah, Rad Party. They came out pretty good. I think I've gotten in my swing. I mean, there's still some stitches that still are not 100% matched, but for the most part, it's pretty good. And then I've ended on black on pretty much every one of them. What I have to do is really, I think I said this last time, I really have to tighten up in the black the border, but everything else I crochet pretty much normally, and it works perfectly fine. So that's that. This is how much I had left. Quite a bit, actually. It goes all the way up into the pink, so which is the outside color, just no black on there. So yeah. So I've been saving all this. I'll wind it all together and do something with it. The color I'm going to do next, I only have 3 more of these left, believe it or not. This is the color I'm going to do next. It's this one. It's got like a purple and greenish blues and the black border, of course. It's got all kinds of different colors on it. This one's called Totally Teal. So I love the colors. They're really, really pretty. So I'm going to do that one. We'll get started on that one. Get another 15 squares out of it. Okay, just finished the Totally Teal set, and these were more difficult. So these were, like the last batch, I really had a good luck on matching up the colors really well. This one I really had to, I couldn't just crochet like just really loosely and just go for it like I could the last one. This one's really tight, so sometimes I would have to just say heck with it and go for it and just use it, or I'd have to back up and do it tighter, or usually back up and do it tighter, or occasionally I'd have to back up and do it looser. So none of these have been like, you just find that perfect tension and go, because they're all like different. It seems like every one of them's different, or it could be, maybe it's just my mood. Here's how much I had left. So still saving that in my scrap pile. The next one, and this is my second to the last one. This one is the Blue Beacon, and it's all blues. I think I've already done one of these, and I've got one of this one, and I've got one more that I've already done before as well. That's the last two. So I'm just basically getting 2 stacks of this color and 2 stacks of the other color that I have. So yeah, this is my second to last one. I'll work on this one, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, I finished the what was this one called? This one's called Blue Beacon. I finished the Blue Beacon set. I think I actually have 2 of these sets, which is fine. I like the blue anyway. Got 15 out of them again. And this is how much I had left. Hold on. This is a little wad right here. I've been saving those for all of them. It drives me nuts. So these, like, look at this. This almost matched. I mean, this one was like dead on, almost perfect. This one was. Ended on black. All the colors inside were pretty decent, but then this one ended pretty good too. And then you get these that kind of ended badly, and then you get the ones that are just ridiculous down towards the bottom. I kind of sorted them out. You get the ones where whole stitches were in blue. It drives me nuts, and I don't really change my tension that much, I don't think, between one to the other. So it's just, I don't know, it's one of those aggravating things where I like it that you don't have to sew in all the different ends to all these different colors. That's awesome. I love that part. But they need to give you more black on the end or something. They need to give you more. So anyway, that's the second to the last color I have. This is the last color. This one is a Cyberleaf. I've already done one of these, but this is my last one to do. Then I'll have to start sewing in all those sewing in all the ends, and then I can start putting it all together. Okay, I finished up my second batch of the Cyberleaf. I've already done one in the previous one. This is what I had left over. Again, saving it. And this one came together actually really nicely. There's most of them had black left over. There's a few, like you see these 2 didn't. Black. This one didn't. Plenty of black in that one. It's weird how sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But a majority of these either ended right at the green, or I actually had black left over. So it's just weird, because I think, and I'm sure I'm not, but I think I'm doing them all the same tension, and I'm sure I'm not, but it seems like I am. And it's funny how some of them are so drastically different. Like these 2 were so different than the one before and afterwards. It's weird. And some of them had tons of black thread left. Look how much black I have left in that one. So I'll be right back to show you my next part. Okay, so here they all are laid out, all the different colors. Me and Tammy both agree that our favorites are these really colorful ones down the bottom. Unfortunately, I only bought one of these, so there's 15, but they'll be spread out within the blanket. So I've got 145 squares that I get the fun of weaving all these ends in. So I've got the one in the center that I'll be weaving in, and then you've got the one, some of them are on the side and some are in the corner, depends on how I was making them at the time. This was following their pattern, would not recommend. The ones on the corner are the ones where I was following a modified pattern, and it seemed to work a lot better. So I got this end to sew in, to sew in, and I've got this end to weave in too. So that's what I'm going to be working on, is I'm going to be weaving in ends for 145 little squares, and then we'll get to arranging them and attaching them next. them all arranged. I've got them all stacked in rows, and so now I'm going to start stitching them together. The way I'm going to stitch them together is doing the back stitch. It's got like a hidden mattress stitch, so that seems to be the easiest way and pretty secure. So I'm going to start doing that. When I get done with everything, it should be all ready to go.
So this is Kevin's blanket. I have it laid out on the bed. It is how many squares across? And
15, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I
10,
caught him off guard. 10. Is it 10 by 10?
13.
By 13? So 10 across.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, so 10 across and then the 13, the length. Yeah, so it did not take him long to put this together. He can't give you an exact time though, because he took probably 3 or 4 days. Well, no, that's not true. You took like a week off.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he took like a week off. So there was just some times that he didn't work on it. So honestly, once he started putting it together, it didn't take no time.
No, I got a pretty good rhythm going.
Yeah, so this is beautiful. What you don't know, or at least I didn't know when I always saw these blankets, I always thought they would be really light. It's heavy. It is a heavy blanket. So we plan to keep this in the den on the couch, and it's going to be a nice heavy blanket, and I'll probably end up having to take it off of me because I'll get too hot under it.
It's like a weighted blanket.
But it's beautiful. And did you think it was hard to do? Do you think it came together?
Using the squares, the granny square yarn, is a pain.
Okay.
Just to let you know, it's a pain because you can see. I mean, looking at it overall, you don't notice it, but like here, you can see like the blue. I ran out of the black, and I had to use the blue. You can see it ran out there. You can see little spots where the colors don't quite match up.
And you said that's been a complaint among people.
Everybody says that's a problem with this yarn.
Right here.
Yeah, and there's some in the middle. I mean, it's just, you have to just work with it. I got to the point, I was being really finicky with it at first. And then I got to the point, it's like, you know what? Who cares? Ultimately, it's going to go in this huge blanket. And
nobody's going to be looking.
And if you notice it, who cares? It's not that big a deal anyway. So,
right.
Yeah, that was really the only bad thing. Putting the actual squares together wasn't that bad. And then I did a border around the whole edge.
Yes.
A double crochet border around the whole
edge.
And it kind of...
It pulls it all together, and it makes it look finished, because without that border, it did not look finished. But it didn't take him no time to put the border around it.